Hello everyone, JSGC here, and we are here for another video. Now, before we crack on with this video, we are going to be talking about Aymeric Laporte and his injury and options, because we have had an update on that. I've been waiting for an update for the last few days. Before we do get on with that though, make sure, like always, if you are interested, make sure you press that red button, subscribe, press the bell, put your push notifications on. You can go and check out my social media links, which you can find in description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and make sure also you leave your thoughts in the comments below. So we're going to crack on with this video, and we're going to be talking about Aymeric Laporte. Of course, he went down injured when trying for a challenge against Brighton. He never got back up, he got stretchered off, and the injury didn't look good. Now, Manchester City since then haven't really released any information. We saw some stuff filtering through online, on Twitter in particular, of Aymeric Laporte in Barcelona, and it was confirmed in this statement that he was in Barcelona and he has gone to Dr. Cugat's surgery and had surgery for his injury. So I'm just going to read first Manchester City's statement that they've released online. It just says that, just simply here, that Aymeric Laporte has undergone surgery on his knee after damaging his cartilage and lateral meniscus, I hope I'm saying that right, during Saturday's win over Brighton. The surgery carried out by Dr. Raymond Cugat in Barcelona was successful, and a more detailed prognosis will be provided in due course. And everyone at Manchester City wishes Aymeric a full and speedy recovery, as I'm sure we all do as Manchester City fans, including me, of course. So you might be wondering, what does all the science behind that mean? Well, it is all rather sciencey and confusing, but the simple situation is that the injury recovery time does vary. We could be talking anything from weeks. Now, I'm not talking 1 or 2 weeks. I'm talking weeks before it comes into months. Now, normally that roughly means somewhere between 6 and 10 weeks, or maybe a couple of months at the most optimistic and hopeful and best that it could be. So that could be Aymeric Laporte coming back, well, in November time, which I'm not so sure about, but it all depends on how his recovery does go with Manchester City. Now, to me, the best situation we're looking at around 2 months, maybe 3 months. I have heard worst case scenario could be looking at anything from around 4 to 6 months, but it isn't believed to be as serious as first believed, which is fantastic. Now, I think Manchester City will probably be targeting for Aymeric Laporte to come back to us probably around the Christmas rush, the December rush that we get with our fixture pile-up that we always get every single December. City will be looking to be able to ease him back in. Even if he's training, he might be looking at 4 or 5 weeks in training first before he ends up having any action, so he can get back up to pace with his match preparations. That's what I think will end up happening with Aymeric Laporte, and we'll reckon we'll see him sometime in December. Now, I say that because Manchester City have released their Champions League squad today. No surprises in it. People may have noticed that Phil Foden wasn't in the squad. Reason to that is he's under the age of 21, so he doesn't have to be registered, so City aren't going to waste a registration position on Phil Foden when he doesn't need registering. He can feature nonetheless. So Aymeric Laporte has been included in that list, and also Leroy Sane, so you might not think too much of it, but that list can be altered at a later date. Now, if City end up progressing through the group stages and get into the last 16, we can then register our squad again when it gets past the winter window and into January and into February time. City will be asked to then re-register their squad, where we can add additions. Now, if Aymeric Laporte was going to be out until then, I don't think we'd have done that, and I think that's the case here with Leroy Sane too. So fingers crossed, that is both positive news for both of them players. So in my opinion, I think we'll be seeing Aymeric Laporte probably around December, Christmas, New Year time, allow him to have a full recovery. The news is better than what we was fearing the 6 or 7 months, so that is very good. And with terms of Leroy Sane too, seems to me that he's making good progress. Of course, he's not gone to Dr. Cugat in Barcelona. Of course, Laporte has abided by Pep's rules. Leroy Sane is a little bit more rebellious, read into that what you will, but Leroy Sane has had a successful operation on his injury too. Of course, it was ligament damage, and we're expected to see him at some point. Potentially, Bayern Munich sources reporting that we could see him back in action in January. Convenient, of course, with the transfer window opening again for them to make a move. My gut feeling at the moment is that Leroy Sane won't move, not this season, probably next summer if he doesn't sign a new deal. Who knows where we'll lie with that ruling. So there we go, that has been the little update with the injury update, in particular with Aymeric Laporte. Not great news, of course, but better than what it could have been. It could have been a very serious 6 to 9 month injury. Instead, he's going to be out, it looks, for possibly 3 or 4 months. So yeah, full and speedy recovery to Aymeric on his injury, and I hope to see him again in a Manchester City shirt very soon. And the same with Leroy Sane, and hopefully, fingers crossed here, we can stop picking up these serious injuries. Of course, with Man City and options, what we'll go with at centre-back, I mean, I don't really need to speak about that. We've seen Fernandinho play there against Brighton. We'll be seeing a lot more of Fernandinho playing there too. City look for some versatility from other players. I've heard Kyle Walker being mentioned. I'm not too sure if we're going to see Kyle Walker in a back 4. If we go to a back 3 with 3 centre-backs, I think we'll see Kyle Walker going in the right-hand side of centre-back on a back 3, but a back 2 and playing a back 2 centre-backs and playing a back 4. I don't think we'll be seeing Kyle Walker. I reckon we'll be sticking with Otamendi, John Stones, and also Fernandinho. And of course, the matches coming up like the League Cup, I'd hopefully be seeing players like Eric Garcia too, unless we end up getting more injuries, to which case we're in a lot of trouble. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on if you're new around here and enjoying the content. Plenty more Manchester City videos and football videos coming up with football vlogs. Don't forget, we've also got Man City previews, analysis, my thoughts, transfer updates, news updates, things like that. So make sure you stay tuned for that if you are interested, if you're a City fan. Make sure you subscribe, always worthwhile. And also don't forget, you go and check out my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in description below, popping up on screen if you want to go and search for me on there and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. That'd be much appreciated. If you want to stay up to date with everything happening with JSGC and Man City stuff, I'll tweet about things, retweet stuff, and keep you all up to date as quickly as possible. So I'll see you all again for the next video. Of course, not too sure when we'll have videos coming out. It's international breaks, a bit boring, but I'm sure we'll be able to get at least a couple of videos out, so stay tuned for that. So I'll see you all again very soon. So it's been JSGC with a bad hair day. Oh god, peace, ciao for now.